The death of the survivors. Malservius combed the banks and waters of Mathipus and the path where the flood flowed from uphill to the base of the cliffs and the riverbanks outside the fortress. They searched for any life but found many dead creatures and animals on the flood path. Among the dead ones were 2 Sumiks, their bodies and faces buried deep down into the mud near the base of the cliffs. However, on the riverbanks outside the east fortress, the guards saw 2 wounded Sumiks lying on the ground. Not far from the Sumiks was the broken sail of a boat and pieces of its parts scattered onto its shores. The waters to the east swept them. Malservius did their duty. They helped the other kinds and killed easily the still-breathing Bixes and Vamiths. However, they lost a few in killing the 2 Sumiks that though wounded gave a gallant fight to survive. Sumiks were natural warriors whose body was as stiff as a log with powerful limbs that could crush small rocks with one single blow. They were as huge as a fully grown bear but moved faster and swifter. They could fight even without spears or swords, but they were more dangerous when in full armor. Size, speed and power made them invincible warriors, and these qualities earned them the respect of all the races who knew them. The 4 Sumiks that were swept by spring were from the north of Igathansha. Their boat was stuck in the middle of the sheets of ice on their whaling trip until the ice from the mountains melted and brought forth large volumes of waters to the sea, sending huge waves to the south. Normally, the rivers up north flowed out to the northern sea, but when climate changes, the water reversed its flow towards the south, pushed by the heavy wind from the north as the northern sea current changed direction when cold fresh water ran down from the mountains and blended with the salty sea. This phenomenon was regarded by every kind as spring. It was almost dawn when Malservius started to march back to the lake while the males began to head in the opposite direction. It was agreed that the males should clean up each time spring came. After the Malservius ensured that it was already safe. Males gathered everything from logs, fallen trees, or dead bodies caused by spring or those who fell in the hands of the Malservius. There were hundreds of dead bodies from animals and other kinds, and altogether, they were piled up on a large wooden elevated structure in the east side of the Marl forest. The forest on this side was much lower than the west and usually enclosed by fogs until mid-noon. They covered the bodies with sea leaves, and in the usual tradition for unfortunate deaths or due to aggression, the males performed their ancient ritual for the departed. Jinko lit a fire and burned a hsi as he lit each hsi that the elder males were holding, who lit the leaves held by other males. As all the males had lit hsi on their hands, they put it all in the wooden structure as they walked slowly backwards away from the fire that slowly turned into a large flame. They formed a spiral, enclosed the structure as they watched the flames consume the bodies. With bowed head they all recited their ancient wishes of farewell to the lives that were ended by spring. May your souls find peace, and may you find what you were truly seeking for in the next life. If I may see you again sometime, someplace, allow me to put my arms around you so that you can listen to my heart that says my wishes for love and peace. May those you left behind be taken care of by Mother Nature, and may their longing and grief for you recede in time. May any hate and anger in their hearts melt like the snow in summer, and may they move on carrying the good memories of you. Rest, my brothers, until we see each other again. Anyone outside the fortress or living in the mountains would not see the smoke created by the burning of the bodies, for the smoke emitted by the sea lives and from the fire had scattered and evenly mixed with the thick fogs in the forest.